The Dan Shea Award honors individuals who have overcome adversity. We met Lovern Gordon when she and her family were persons served at WIC. We began to know Lovern as a survivor and a truly remarkable woman.
My name is Lovern Gordon, and I am a survivor of domestic violence. I witnessed my father brutally abusing my mother for 15 years until I migrated to the States. Up until that time, domestic violence was common to me. It was what I thought was supposed to happen in a relationship.
Lovern is an individual whose story is familiar to those who have experienced domestic violence.
I was working my first job in corporate America, entry level, and things were good. And I met this charming man that, for all intent purposes, I thought was my Prince Charming.
3 months into the relationship, things changed.
There were many times that he would call, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 times before I even got to work. Those were one of the signs that I neglected to notice. And so he called my cell phone, and I answered, and I said, he said, why aren't you at work? I said, I'm really sick. At the time, I didn't realize it was allergies, and he said, well, what are you doing home? I said, well, I'm really sick. I said, you're going to come bring me some chicken soup? And he said, no. He said, chicken soup. And he hung up the phone. Within 15 minutes, he was at my house. And at the time, I lived with my grandparents, but everybody had gone to work. He was paranoid to the point where he thought that I had someone there that morning, and that's the reason why I decided to stay home. And the more I tried to convince him that that was not the case, he got more irate. And to the point where I was sitting at the edge of the bed, and he came up to me and said, I knew you were too good to be true. Used some, very lax profanity, and then slapped me so hard that I saw stars, and then stormed out the room.
She tried to end the relationship, but he would charm her back into returning to him until the abuse escalated.
Many people ask or say, why did you let yourself fall into that type of relationship? And I am here to tell you that it is so easy to fall into a cycle of abuse that you look at yourself 2 years down the line, which was my case, and say to yourself, how did I get here?
Lovern found her voice by winning back-to-back beauty pageants, domestic violence awareness being her platform. She is married and has 2 great children. She is the founder and president of lovelifenow.org and the creator of their online magazine, lovelifemag.org. Lovern believes that the more we talk about this publicly, the better the victim's chance of seeking help. BAMSI and WIC are very proud of Lovern, her strength, and her dedication.